A lot of people shy away from the butt tender because it's not the traditional center-cut tenderloin. It's not the staple on white tablecloth restaurant menus, but in reality, it's the perfect way to feature a tenderloin steak without paying a fortune. The cost effectiveness is number one. The butt tender is about half the price of a center cut. Because the industry still considers butt tenders a byproduct, the price volatility is a lot less than the center cut. So, as the tenderloin market fluctuates, the butt tender is more driven on supply and demand, while the center cut tenderloin absorbs most, if not all, of the price increase on a tenderloin when the market moves. Price stabilization is a positive and gives incredible value. In this case, a $14 per pound item that features a tenderloin. In short, it's a hot sell because you could add an 8-ounce filet steak for $7. But in addition to those benefits, the butt tender is trimmed as clean as a whistle. They're trimmed equal to our center cuts. There's no chain, and the silver skin is completely removed. Basically, the butt tender is cut from the center body muscle, and that is the same muscle that you would cut the center steak from. The wing muscle is attached, and the entire industry would know that this is the only difference that you'll get between the butt tender steak and the center cut steak. So it's a 2-muscle butt tender steak. Some people get a 3-muscle butt tender to keep costs down. They keep the chain on there, but we don't do that. It is completely removed from our butt tender steaks, which saves a lot of time and eliminates the guesswork, as chefs don't have to remove it on their own and worry about where to stop or whether the cut will hold up on the grill. A lot of times what we find in talking to potential clients is that they really want the center cut choice, but what they've ended up with is a head steak. You'll notice a difference in packaging for our butt tender steaks and our center cut tenderloins. Our butt tender steaks are in a square cryovac. Our center cut fillets are in a circular cryovac. 8 times out of 10, when we talk to potential clients who believe they were purchasing center cut tenderloins from our competitors, we find that they have head steaks mixed in with their center cut fillet order. We also remove the head chain completely and we take the wedge fat out. We carefully remove that so it doesn't split, but it definitely makes it 100% usable and edible. That's why we refer to it as deluxe trim. There's no taste difference between the butt tender and the center cut tenderloin. It's just appearance really, because the butt tender won't give you a perfectly round fillet and they're wider, not as thick. The industry has changed. 15 years ago when tenderloins were cheap, they just discarded the butt tender. Now, with prices the way they are, it's the perfect time to utilize this cut. If appearance is really a sticking point, there are ways to prepare and garnish the butt tender that will make it just as appealing as any of the higher end cuts. You can top it with herb butter or a classic sauce. Present a crown fillet topped with crab meat. Wrap in bacon to get the round shape, or infuse the meat with rosemary and thyme and baste it in butter as it is sautéed for truly exceptional flavor. We don't recommend going smaller than 5 or 6 ounces with the butt tender, because a lot of times it will appear too thin or will throw off cooking temperatures and won't have any of that naturally mild flavor. With the right preparation, the right size, and the right audience, we can provide incredible value on head steaks to everyone from the finest country clubs to the highest volume diners.